So who here has been accused of splitting the vote? I get accused of splitting the vote, I'm not gonna lie, about a dozen times a day right now. I get accused of splitting the vote on my platform. And exactly. And I wanted to talk about that for a minute because it's actually one of the most important conversations that we're gonna have here through this whole, this political game that we're playing. When we talk about splitting the vote, what we're seeing happen is people are accusing freedom-loving Canadians of splitting the vote when we have the only choice of authoritarianism light, and freedom. So who's splitting the vote? Who's splitting the vote? Is it us? O'Toole is splitting the vote. And why are they splitting the vote? Because there's no candidates they've brought forward. There's no platform they've brought forward that actually supports freedom. Right? Yeah. Canadians want freedom. And what they want us to do is they want us to forget the authoritarianism that's crept in over the last, 18 months during this whole COVID thing. We hit campaign mode, and they want everybody to forget about that. But I'm not forgetting, and I'm sure none of you guys are either. I'm done with this, okay? So when people accuse you of splitting the vote, most important conversation we have is if we're going to even entertain the concept of splitting the vote, my vote is not to vote Trudeau out. My vote is to get politicians into power that I want and platforms that I want. They're gonna walk down Wayla. If we're going to entertain the conversation of splitting the vote, they're the ones splitting the vote. The CPC, conservative supporters are splitting the vote. They're asking us to choose. They're saying, you're evil if you don't choose authoritarianism over freedom. That's what they're telling us when they accuse us of splitting the vote. So again, guys, I can't say enough about Maxime and Sean and stepping forward. And again, Sean stepped forward quite recently. I'm so glad we have a candidate with the PPC. And I'm so glad to support this party at this point in time.